Hey, this is Daedelus, and we're at Further Future, and you're with DJ Tech Tools. I think the best way to sum up what I'm attempting to do is, I don't know, vibrate a little bit, myself, my instruments, and the audience. I'm most interested in music. It endlessly fascinates me. I can't stop it coming in my ears at all hours. I'm asleep and the sound's making its way in. I'm awake and I'm dreaming of what's possible. I'm not so necessarily able to do it with my own 10 fingers. I use the computer a lot. I'm a product of modern mess and electricity and a little blood, sweat, and tears. And thankfully, I've had a little bit of a span of time now to practice this, to try this. And still trying to figure out best ways, best practices, however routes to get quickest to your ears with this thing. When it comes to trying to play this sound, trying to fabricate it and get it out, I'm most often found computerized, mechanized, but also I came from a background with resonators, underfingers, strings, keys, and I still pursue that kind of stuff. I just don't find it as evocative, you know? It's it stirs something in me, but I want this whole symphony. And thankfully the monum, one of the instruments that I use often, it's a grid of buttons and they make a few different sizes. That allows me to sing this really loud chorus, so to speak, of all the colors that I want, from the highest to the lowest. So most often you'll find me like that, behind that machine. I have pursued for a long while now records, albums, things that you hold in your hand that play to you. They tell you their story and you kind of regard that story, hopefully, and it communicates something nice. But lately I've been under the spell of doing this thing where instead of me just yelling at you, you have a conversation, and that's been through making instruments. I made something called the Daedelus with these people, this guy John Mike at Bleep Labs, and that's synthesis of us two, making something that you were supposed to create on yourself. I mean, I provided some sounds that you could override, just little things, but really, it was about some kind of crazy confusion that you would then create your masterpiece. So I only had to just take a small part of what you were doing with it. That was intoxicating, that was incredible. I want to do more of that. I want to not just be that flat thing that talks, but that conversation piece that it can be. You're talking about things like sheet music and some previous expressions of music. I mean, these are metaphors for music, right? It's just notation on a page that then you have to breathe life into, you have to bring breath into. And so then you become the loudspeaker for this idea through your instrument. But I will say that those forms, over time, they got limited. People decided to make that a smaller thing. They decided that the notes on the page were more important than the player. And as the symphony grew and maybe the congestion of different players having to come together and agree on one common idea, it became turgid, I think is the word, or still, whereas it should have been breathing with life and breath. And now, I mean, the digital stuff is supposed to be exactitude, right? The MIDI notes on your little screen are supposed to be exactly replayed, but of course, we're finding ways of fidgeting with that, getting back into it and putting something lifelike into the digital duress. Nowadays, we live in a culture where you can live in somebody else's sound, not only through DJing, but through sound packs, drum kits, whatever you want to call it. These are the tools that allow you to immediately crib notes and borrow styles. And we can almost thank all of trap music based on that one vocal trap pack, right? That has all the risers and 808 kicks and terrible, terrible drops. But that in of itself, it's this is a way of borrowing into a headspace. A lot of those original sounds that are in some of those original sample packs that we kind of keep on going back to, that stuff is really intentional. That stuff is from a place, and you can taste that, you can feel that. You can feel the producer's fingers, the dust in that thing. So I think when you're borrowing that, you're borrowing all that dust, all that accrued knowledge that's come along with that. It's kind of brilliant. But not to say that in the future we should only have releases through sample packs, right? We should make your own sounds. I mean, just record your space, get a jet engine behind you and do that. I've been exploring a space since 2009 of kind of almost only playing other people's music, unless they're specifically requesting my sounds, and I'm very happy to do. I'm very much into utilizing other people's music and trying to find the intersection where my voice and their voice goes somewhere special. And the reason I'm doing that very purposefully is because I really want to shine a bright light on all this creativity, and also because I really do feel like taking a granular moment here and a granular moment there and rubbing them together vigorously produces an outcome that is very bright and full of fire. Honestly, with my own recordings, those same things I was mentioning, I really want those to be something that whispers to you very intimately in a space where you can listen again and again and get something different. In live shows, I don't want to be bullied into playing my compositions louder than they deserve to be. I really want them to live in that own space that I originally was making them for. Now this is an outdated idea, this is ridiculous, and I'm not beloved for it, but we got to stick to our guns, right? We got to do what we can to kind of keep pursuing the idea that the live show is something that's only going to happen once, never to be done again. You can't buy a CD that necessarily has that same emotion and vibration. And then the kind of outcome of that, the people who were there to catch it, I mean, we're all luckier for it. I feel very lucky to be attendance, you know, whenever those shows can actually do something special.